Oh, sorry about that. I had one of my neighbors stop by. I wanted to bore you with us talking about nothing. Anyways, okay, let's get back to building this thing here. So yeah, all right, let's get back to building. All right, a lot of nuts and screws. Yeah, I guess you can say I've been doing nothing but screwing around. Ba-bum, bum, psh. Not so funny, huh? That's all right. I have to admit, a lot of people think I'm not funny at all. Okay. All right. Slowly but surely, it's coming right along. Okay. Okay. And then from here, just got the last leg to do here. Now, hopefully keep that in place, and let's hopefully keep this in place right there too. Starting to get a little shaky here. Maybe I could have done it a different way, but oh well. I'm already in this deep. Can't change it now. Can't change it now. I'm in too deep. Oh yeah. You ever felt that way? You're in too deep. You can't change it now. That's kind of what this. That's kind of where we at. So. Oh well. All right. Okay. All right. Get that in. Let's get that screw in. Let's get this washer in. Okay. The washer goes in, and then. Alrighty, that's good. Let's get going here. Okay, so we got that in. And then the last piece. Ta-da! The last piece, right here. The last piece is going to be going in here, and then pretty much got the bottom portion of our stand ready. Tighten that up, and then we'll just finish it up with the top. And man, not too bad. If I just stopped talking, just get to doing, could have been done a long time ago. Hell yeah. Okay. Ready? So I'll put this on the outside. Okay, get that going in there. Put the washer on. Then put the nuts on. Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah, that's how we do it. All right. Again, I'm just putting it on real loose just to get things fitted here. I'm not trying to, not really in a hurry for your all benefit. If you're ever going to put a stand together like this, you can if you want to. Alright, there we go. So there we go. Make sure that washer's in there. I just gotta get the nut to go in. Okay. Alright. Mission accomplished. Alright. 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 Alright, let's tighten this up. Oh, we got our base. Well, yeah, I think we should just tighten the base. Why not? Let's get that done. There's this screw and this bolt. This screw. And this one right here. So we'll start off with this one here. And then just put on the... Just gotta make sure we put it in there. And yeah. Alright. Alright. We're getting things going here. Oh yeah. It's going. It's going good. Just want to make sure I get it in good enough. There we go. So I'm not gonna do it too tight because I wanna. What I want to do is be sure I give myself some good room to maneuver this in a way that I can make sure I don't get myself into trouble. Okay. That side is on pretty secure. Alright, get this side going here. Try not to strip the heads of these. Like that. Try not to do that. But we're getting there. We're getting there. Having some knee pads and having some carpet like this when you're doing this helps a whole lot because, man, your knee's going to be hurting if you're working off the floor. Even if you don't work on the floor, I mean, if you had a table or bench, I mean, it's not like this could really comfortably in a workable way be on a bench. It might be. You know, some of you people out there got a nice workbench. Okay, all right, it's starting to come together. Starting to come together, really nice. Okay, so that's what we've got so far. So that's kind of what we got so far. These are looking good. The ones back there that are loose are, well, not looking good, but we're going to change that. I'm just going to lift this. And then, so once we get the top on, they should really start fitting good. They should really start fitting really good. That one done. Now we just have to do this one here. Okay. All right, just good enough to keep it all up there, standing up. So excellent. So now we got what's left here. I think are the top parts because they got because they got. If you look here, they got 2 holes on the top, which kind of corresponds to how they fit, I guess. So that kind of makes a lot of sense. Okay. Anyways, let's go put the top pieces on. That way we can start putting this stuff together. And what I'm going to do is just more or less one by one, hand tight, and then when they're all up on there, get them in really good with the screwdriver and the socket wrench there. Just get it in there. Okay, that's in there. Camera over a little bit. Okay. Oop, drop the nut. Alright. Okay. So just going to build it through on the top part here. There we go. Alright. It's starting to come along really good. Alright, that's the long side. So I'm going the long leg, the long bottom brace to the long top brace. This is the shorter. Well, hold on here. Oops. Put on the wrong one. This should be the shorter one up here because this is the shorter. So, screwed up. So whatever you do, don't make that same mistake I did. So the short brace, the short bottom with the short top, keep those lined up, or you're going to get an odd looking, well, you'll definitely get a stand. It's just be a different kind of stand. Just like that. Just put them away here. So, there you go. So that's kind of not how you want to go about doing this. There we go. Should be on this side. So the long and the long, short and the short. That should make sense, I hope. But you never know. We'll see when it's all done, how it comes out. I hope I'm right. I would have wasted a lot of time doing this. Man, the bugs are really starting to come out here. I'm in Texas right now, in Houston. It's about that time of year, you know, in spring, the bugs just start coming out of the woodworks, literally. I feel that little bit of warm heat, and they just start coming out. All right. Now it's starting to look like the stand in the picture. Yeah, there we go. Okay, there we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There we go. Now it's starting to look like you can tell the shape is starting to really take form now. It's starting to really take form. If you look at it, that A-frame kind of shape, so it's starting to come along really good. Oh boy. You think something like this, putting a stand together would be really easy. It's just a little time consuming. Okay, put that in. I guess this is when you start butting them up. That's when they start really getting a little tight. Yeah, it's really tight around here. Not sure what it is about it, but just not. See if I can get a better angle here for everybody. So I've got this loose and the holes are not quite lining up here. Okay, there it is. There it is. I should put at least one of these in. There we go. Okay. Now it's going. Good. Just have to play around with it. That's probably why you don't want to just screw it in tight. And again, maybe if you did screw it in tight, it would work. Sorry if you're facing the wrong way on this, but there we go. So my hand's in a weird place, that's all. Alright, there we go. Alright, start. Excuse me. Oh, bless you. Oh. So as I'm putting these in, it's kind of getting a little tight in this area for me to squeeze in there, so I'm gonna have to play around with the legs a little bit to get them in, but I guess that's good. That means it'll be a really nice tight fit. Okay, this is long, so okay. So let's get this all done, lined up here. Alright, there it is. Okay, that was quick. part here. I'm just going to go ahead and do this. Second to last anyway. Then after this, I think it'll pretty much stand by itself. Won't be very strong, but at least it'll stand, and then we can take a look at it from there. And be able to there we go. Yeah, so it's really starting to come alive a little bit. There we go. Really starting to come alive. And, you know, it looks pretty darn big. Can't believe it's just, you know, all comes in that. But, yeah, you know, you build it up, it takes up a lot of space. Amazing. Anyways, let's put it someplace so we can... This is where my former stand used to be, right about here. So it's nice. What I like is you can adjust the height on it. So it's got a nice little feature to it. Good. There's enough wiggle space here for me to play with this. Let's try this first. You know, it just doesn't really matter how you do it. As long as you don't do it this way, just really can't go wrong with this thing. Since there's nothing here, it's really easy to put one in there. I think the hardest part is maybe putting the last one in there. After that, it should be all downhill. All downhill from there. So, if you've been watching this, you realize how long this takes. So keep that in mind when you purchase this, how long it's going to take you to put it together. But if you're a do-it-yourself person, man, you're going to love this, because the amount of time and effort it takes, this is like a dream for you. But if you're not really into this kind of stuff, go ahead and just buy a table saw with a stand. Probably comes knocked down in a box anyway, but maybe you could buy one used that someone already set up, and save yourself some hassle. All right, perfect. The last piece just went right in. Good. So if you're lucky enough to buy one used, slightly lower than brand new, I mean, all set up for you. Guy who did it pretty much did it right, cut straight, square and plumb and all that good stuff. Just go ahead and buy it. You don't even have to pay tax when you buy used. Someone did all the work for you. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. Buying new isn't always that great because, you know, you have to do all this crap. You have to set it up. I'm having a hard time getting this last nut in. Okay, there we go. It's starting to turn. All right. So go ahead and start tightening that up, and that should really line everything up by itself. And you know, there you go. It's a little crooked, of course, but we'll tighten it up. Now that it's standing, we can just slightly bend over and do this. Yeah, look at that. There we go. It's a little 45-degree angle. We'll try to keep it at that 45-degree. Same thing with this. Try to keep it at a nice 45-degree. I'll just do it this way since I'm right-handed. Some adjustments are going to have to be made doing this, but it's all for the good. All for the good. Make some adjustments here and there. That's why I'm not going to go ahead and just hold it up too tight. Took out the bottom piece to do so, but it's really starting to come together by itself now. Shooting fish in a barrel. Look at that. 45 is starting to come together. At least this part. I think once I get them all set up right, they'll really start coming together. Okay. Top part needs 2 screws to it, so let's see if I tighten this one up. This one looks a little loose. Yeah, okay. This one's, I think I gotta tighten this last one up. We will be good to go. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, excellent. Excellent, excellent. Okay. Okay. It's not quite perfect yet. That's alright. I'm not expecting anything yet from here. I could try a few things. This one's just right on here. These aren't, but I think once I put the second bolts in, it's gonna work out really good. So you can see the stand starting to come alive a little bit. Okay. So it says put plywood on the bottom. I guess I'm gonna have to drill holes in the bottom somewhere to put the plywood in. this lines up. Okay. Alright. So we just need to get this lined up. Just quickly put them in. Now that standing up by itself is so much easier. There we go. Put them in here. That's what matters. That's what matters the most. It's in. What Manuel says is, remember, the washer on the nut side. So there must be a reason why Manuel said that, right? Maybe not. So if you're having a little problem, you could probably maybe take one of these screws and see if it doing that kind of will line things up for you. Okay, there we go. If you're not lining up and you're having a hard time, take a Phillips screwdriver like this and just line it up. Save yourself some headache. If you watch this long enough to get that little helpful hint, good for you. See, this one's just not lining up all the way. See if that helped it a little bit. Yeah, that did help. They're still playing it, but good. And the tricky part is probably going to be lining this up. I might probably want to level this and make sure this is all level. And the one with the 2 screws in them feel a little bit more stable already. Need a smaller screwdriver to get it going in there first of all. So having a smaller screwdriver could probably get in there and just get that in for you at the beginning, and then a bigger screwdriver here really reinforces it there. So hopefully another helpful hint. So it just slips right on in. Slips right on in. Last parts here. I got some extra screws for other stuff, but I think I gotta. No. To really come together here. Alright, one more. Oh, small one's tight to get in there. So it's the last one that's going to be tough. So the last one's going to be tough here. There we go. Just keep playing around with it until it goes in there. Let's see if it, yeah. Alright, It's rubbing against the threads there, but it went in. There we go. Okay. All right, let's go in with the this here. I notice it's not quite lining up, but that's all right. Maybe it's so. What I want is, I guess I want some kind of uniformity in how they line up here. Because if you look, they don't quite line up exact. So. Oh well, this one doesn't, but maybe that's just the way it is. We'll just see how it goes first, I guess. Not gonna have much of a choice on that. It's just the way it just came out to be. Now the legs are not in all the way because that's the last thing I'm going to be adjusting is for the height. So let's just go with it. Let's just go with it. I'm in too deep to do anything now. Careful not to strip these things. I'm sure you want to get them off later. Or do something else with it, so just be careful. Okay. That's pretty strong, pretty stable. Okay, check the top, see if that comes out. Okay, well, it's not anymore. It's pretty stable. Yeah. All right, so that basically concludes, well, I guess it doesn't really conclude anything, because in this part video I'm going to also be putting up the table saw too. So at least it concludes this portion of the stand, because once I get that up, that's kind of how it's going to be right there. And I've left the bottom part. I've only done one side, and I've only pretty much just hand tightened it, so that's why it's kind of loose, but once it gets on there, it should be really, really good. And yeah, I think once you really put it in there, it's pretty solid, just like the other stand I had. I mean, it's nothing but a angle iron anyway. So yeah, we'll leave this for now, and yeah, we'll go on to onto the table saw now. Isn't that going to be fun? Doing something different. So try not to lose your screws, nuts, and bolts and washers. We'll put this away and we'll start opening this. So I'm a little eager to get to this because I'm pretty darn tired of this thing, although it is important. So, oh yeah, plus I'll be putting the plywood. I'm not sure if they want plywood on top. Well, I'm not going to put plywood if I'm going to have a table saw, but plywood on the bottom bracing along here. I'll see about doing that. There's no holes anywhere on it, so I'm assuming they're leaving it for you to do, to put the holes in, and I guess there was something in the manual about that. Anyways,